Hello and welcome again to Table Talk. Remember that this is a weekly video and reflection guide so that you can gather around the dinner table or small group table in order to continue to learn and grow from our Sunday morning messages. I'm Mike Holly, one of the pastors here at Asbury United Methodist Church. This past Sunday was Palm Sunday, the last Sunday before Easter, and our reading for this Sunday was Mark chapter 11, verses 1 through 11. I invite you to hear these words. When they were approaching Jerusalem at Bethphage and Bethany, near the Mount of Olives, he sent two of his disciples and said to them, "Go into the village ahead of you, and immediately as you enter it, you will find tied there a colt that has never been ridden. Untie it and bring it. If anyone says to you, 'Why are you doing this?' just say this, 'The Lord needs it and will send it back here immediately.'" They went away and found a colt tied near a door outside in the street. As they were untying it, some of the bystanders said to them, "What are you doing untying the colt?" They told them what Jesus had said, and they allowed them to take it. Then they brought the colt to Jesus and threw their cloaks on it, and he sat on it. Many people spread their own cloaks on the road, and others spread leafy branches that they had cut in the fields. Then those who went ahead and those who followed were shouting, "Hosanna! Blessed is the one who comes in the name of the Lord. Blessed is the coming kingdom of our ancestor David. Hosanna in the highest heaven." Then he entered Jerusalem, and he went into the temple. And when he had looked at everything, as it was already late, he went out to Bethany with the 12. The parade that we see on that Palm Sunday from Mark's Gospel is a dramatic moment. But Pastor Maggie Dunaway helps us see it with fresh eyes in her sermon from this past Sunday in our traditional service. She enlightened us that there were likely two parades in Jerusalem. One was Pontius Pilate entering into the city with troops to reinforce those guarding the holy city as pilgrims came to town for the Passover festival. There would have been a show of force as well as a show of fanfare and just power. The other parade has Jesus riding a young donkey into the city, a small animal carrying a grown man, followed by the poor and powerless, throwing their own clothes and palm branches upon the ground. The two parades could not have been any different. The people, notice, do not turn to Pontius Pilate or the Romans with pleas for help of deliverance. No, they are the oppressors. They're the problem. The people turn to Jesus and plead for God to save them. They likely look to Jesus to be that promised Messiah who would bring that kingdom of David, that he would save them from their oppressors who were already marching into Jerusalem to keep their version of peace and quiet. Jesus' entrance is probably not what they would expect. Why do you think the Palm Sunday parade from that first Palm Sunday was the way it was? What does that parade say about the kind of Messiah that Jesus would be? And how was Jesus' parade a way to mock the Roman rule and their belief that they could rule over God's holy city? Take some time to consider these questions and remember to click on the link below to download a Table Talk reflection guide with questions and other resources for your conversations around the table as you faithfully worship, serve, and grow.